You too! Look at these defensive knives. Sorry, idiot. Look, these are the new Defenders, formerly known as the Nightshade Tonto. But what we've done by request, one is make some trainers, because if you stick your training partner with a Nightshade Tonto in his neck meat and you rip all this shit up, you need a new partner the next day because he's gonna bleed out on the ground. Here's what we're talking about today. Impact weapons versus edged weapons. It's gonna be quick. If you sharpen this, or I sharpen it to the typical angle, it's a really wide, nearly chisel grind, and it will lay you open. It's very difficult to close. But there are times, and there are people that don't want to lethally injure somebody, or mortally wound somebody, or kill that girl. You know what I'm saying? You don't always need to do that. Sometimes an assailant is having a shitty day and something sets them off and they just want to whoop up on somebody's face. And if they come up on you and you have the Defender, especially as a flail, listen to this. Listen to this. Look, man, for real, that's a dent in the, oh, almost fell, in the pole. And look at the damage. Zero. That's cause 57 Rockwell, just like everything else. 1095, just like everything else. And nickel boron, just like everything else. Oh, look, there's a little kid. I'm not gonna hit it.
Just keep going.
Anyway, our little daughter, she's coming up. I'm gonna whoop her in the head with this thing. Here, you wanna hold this one? It's not sharp. Even kids can play with it. She didn't want to. Knife is sharp, Didi. So you've got the option to choose to do a less lethal or a non-lethal impact style weapon or a tool. If you temple spikes, if you crack somebody in the forehead, one, you may split that little skull cavity or bust the sinuses up. Just trying to get in the camera.
Was you in this high?
What are you talking about? I'm gonna bust your skull with this. Don't do that to your kids with the Defender or the stick or anything. Anyway, we don't edit, and these are my kids, so there you go. She gets paid every time she's on camera. Lies. If you bridge of the nose, you bust all this shit up, they're leaking tears, bleeding from everywhere, you get a good sciatic stripe, you bust across the elbow, all stuff. Look, you see where the insane, look, she screams, just like me, and she's gone. That's like trying to wrangle cats at my house. I'm the same way. My wife's like, come do a video, and I'm like, it's for real. Shit, it's hot as hell. Whew, phone got hot too. Tried to shut itself off. I digress. Window breaker. There's times when you just need to send a message. Somebody needs to get up off of me. I'm leaving Trader Joe's and I want my spinach artichoke dip. And I don't want to be messed with, but you're trying to take my money. Baka! Look, man, if you don't think this will stop somebody, damn, I'm telling you. A lot of professionals, a lot of some serious, the number 5 deadliest dude in the world with a knife teaches classes on impact weapons and carries one, because there's a time. If you got to bust a window to rescue somebody and you hit it with your Nightshade Tonto, the blade tip is jacked and you're sending it back to me for your free sharpening. You do it with this, nada, nothing. And you see that hard angle? I'm gonna really bust a window open. I did the engraving on these so you really can tell that it's not an edged weapon. It's still dark nickel boron battle worn so that you can keep it thunder. Ooh, you think it's shiny stuff because I'm like, anyway, so it still has that low print. I like them in the black handle. I think that's how we're gonna offer them, is just like this. They do come with a case, sheath, excuse me, sheath, necklace carry, and belt carry. You know, I carry down here. So if you want to, what's really cool about these is you can put them on your keychain, and that goes in your pocket without fear of, oh, damn, cut my finger off. And you also need to think about, if you're in a tussle with somebody, you could get cut with your own freaking blade, but not with this. But you can still send the message and do some very, very serious damage to another human. Or canine, because after all, that's pretty much the goal of self-defense, is you want to create distance between that person. If you want to, you know, just knock the shit out of them with the Defender, across the back of the hand, break that back of the hand, break the finger, but they don't die. They don't bleed out. Their tendons aren't severed for life. They can sit there in the county precinct and think, man, what a dipshit I am. And find Jesus, change their life, and all they have is a boo-boo to think about, and not crying parents and daughters. And my dad went wayward one day and he needed some spinach artichoke dip and he tried to take it from this dude at a damn Trader Joe's in Chattanooga, and the guy cut his eyeball out of his head and he gouged it freaking and cut his neck, and all he wanted was some chips. Like, look, then you just crack him in the forehead, he sobers up, he comes down off the heroin, he gets his fix, changes his life, and all he has is a T.Kell shaped dent in his head. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you do need to think about, if you have to take lethal action against somebody, what happens here after that? Yes, you lived, but does it always take that? Or do you just need to take the will out of somebody by jabbing them in the temple? Man, you mash your shit in somebody's eyeball, soft tissue. Look here, we were training one time and I got stuck right here with a sheath, jackass playing around, and that hurt so bad. It took me to my knees. And I was not quite as rotund. I was actually active duty and a little bit more fit. And it took, I mean, boom, I was down. Of course, I got called all kind of names, you know, laying on the ground in training session and getting stuck with a sheath. But I'm telling you, that shit hurt bad. What about right here? You think about that. God, that shit would hurt. T.Kell Defender. We got them in 2 blades, drop point style, a little bit better for pressure point isolation, Tonto style.
Well, I mean, and I just want to interject, things are crazy now. People have been contacting you, like, we need self-defense stuff.
It's crazy.
With the state of the world, things are moving towards people are thinking more about defending themselves. Here's another option for you.
Yes, I mean, and not just females. There are males out there that don't feel comfortable enough to use a blade. And if you're in that transition phase from, you know, I got contacted by a guy who says walking out of work and he's not sure if he wants a blade. There's no reason to make fun of this cat. You know what I'm saying? Because he's thinking, man, the state of the world is nuts right now, dude. What if somebody...
Yeah, it's attractive for me to think about using that rather than a knife.
You got it. Camera wife's smarter than a bunch of folk, too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she's fighting somebody off, look, if you jab somebody in the eye socket with this, they're going to lose the will. 99% of the time. They're going to go... You don't want to be easy target. You know, walking around, looking at your phone, headset in, you know, and you're on the ground and you got nothing, and then your phone's laying and they grab your phone and kick you in the face and run off. But you could at least be situationally aware, y'all. It is crazy out there right now. It is. I'm not a fear monger. Shit is crazy. I know. Pause for effect. And sometimes crazy means just get out, let them do their thing, get away, don't take their life. You don't want to go to court. Nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? But you can really hurt somebody. You can take the back side of this blade and do a shin rake across that shin, and that is some very, very, very serious pain. You can get out with your skin, and that's really what self-defense is all about. You know what I mean? It's not all about drawing down and pow, 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 killing somebody. Then you are in court or you're on the run.
And you gotta live with what you did.
You gotta live with that, man. You know what I'm saying? And you don't pull a gun out to kill somebody. I mean, to scare somebody. If it comes down to a firearm, you better be prepared to understand what comes out of the end of that barrel. After that flash, you can't take that back. You get in trouble if you bust somebody in the freaking bridge of the nose and you probably weren't supposed to. You know, you're in a little bit of trouble. You freaking just instantly draw down and start pumping rounds into somebody and they were just coming up to ask you for $5 for their fix. Uh-oh. USCCA can't even help you on that one. Trust me. This isn't a weapon. It's a self-defense tool. You put on your keychain. It's a key ring. You know what I'm talking about? It's a glass breaker when you flip your car because your dumb ass is texting and run off the freaking road in the ditch. And you got to get out. Bust a window, crawl out. You don't always have to have a blade. And you can be very, very, very effective and damn near lethal, and actually lethal if you know and you train with an impact weapon. You can take somebody's life, but you really got to think about it, and you got to be trained and really pointed with your movements. I'm not an expert, so don't rip me apart about being fat and doing stupid moves and being too silly on video. I'm just trying to pass on a little bit of knowledge from a lot of crap that I've done in my life and try to help out and bring something useful to somebody at a decent price. So that's it. Look, Defender Tonto, sheaths, necklaces, belt clips included. Thanks guys. Bye.